Okay, now let us talk about smallpox, right? Because it has been reported in the media that vials labeled smallpox were found at a vaccine research facility in Pennsylvania, right? Now, we're going to look a bit on the history of smallpox. Now, the devil is most definitely in the detail, right? Understand that we're in a spiritual war and understand what is going on, right? Now, I'm on the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and they've got a small section on the history of smallpox, and we pick up the article from here. The origin of smallpox is unknown. The finding of smallpox-like rashes on Egyptian mummies suggests that smallpox had existed for at least 3,000 years. The earliest written description of a disease like smallpox appeared in China in the 4th century. Early written descriptions also appear in India in the 7th century and in Asia Minor in the 10th century, right? Now, let us go over to the Britannica online, right, and hear what they've got to say with regards to the history of smallpox, right? Now, let us pick up their article from here. The history of smallpox is uncertain. Genetic analysis of viral DNA isolated from a mummified child who had been interred in a church in Lithuania suggests that varroa virus had evolved by at least the 17th century. It is likely, however, that the virus was circulating in human population much earlier based on the recovery of varroa virus DNA from teeth bones of human remains dated to 600 to 1050 that were uncovered in the region of modern-day Denmark and Russia. Prior to that discovery, the disease had been thought by some scholars to have arisen among settled agricultural population in Mesopotamia as early as the 5th millennium BCE and in the Nile River Valley in the 3rd millennium BCE. Though evidence for those events were lacking, right? Now, when we say Mesopotamia, think of Babylon, right? Because Babylon was the capital of southern Mesopotamia. The devil is in the detail, right? Now, we know in the Bible we get descriptions of various disease that sounds like smallpox. Now, we know the Bible is a tampered book, but still we've got some important information that we can reference from it. Now, go and look up Job 2 verses 7. So Satan went out from the presence of the Most High and struck Job with loathsome sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Now, when you look on an image of someone who has smallpox, it reminds me of what is going on with this chapter. So it is telling me where smallpox comes from. It comes directly from the fallen, right? And those ancient civilizations, they were a hotbed for these demonic entities, for the fallen angels, right? Now, understand that this is happening. Understand that this smallpox is very visual. And when people realize that they can contract a disease that will put pus-filled blisters all over their bodies. Believe me, they will be very obedient to what the system tells them. And this is where we will start seeing a lot of robots doing work, and a lot of people will sign over to the metaverse, because outside is about to get extremely dangerous, right? The devil is in the detail, right? This smallpox disease is coming directly from the enemy. It is coming from Lucifer, Gadriel, Satan, whatever name the pervert is going by these days. That's exactly where this disease is coming from. So I'm not surprised it will resurface in today's time, right, as a trump card to get you people rounded up to do as you are told. I am not surprised, right? Understand what is happening. We're in a spiritual war, and these people are desperate to get something inside of you, and this thing is completely happening. We need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.